Go ahead. Fuck your society. Fuck you and fuck your society.
Oh man, has it been a while. I gotta apologize, there's been a lack of videos. Really no excuse, apart from I've just been pretty busy, you know. This is really like a one-man team here on the website, which is hard. It's hard to get content consistently out in the public when I'm like working on like 20 different projects. For example, as you may have known, we've got, I'll get one here actually. I just did on the store for the site, we had the Perp Drank DVDs. We've got a couple left over. I'm saying we, literally me. Everything is done in here. But I have got some spares and I'm thinking of putting these on the website soon. There's not a lot, but some people are still asking for them. So I might put them on the site pretty soon after. It might be either when I drop this video or like give it a week, or I'll post it on my Instagram. But no, the real meat and potatoes of this video is there's been a new revelation in the GODZHAND arc, and we gotta address it, we gotta get into it, we gotta document it, we gotta talk about it. GODZHAND is threatening me with a lawsuit. Yeah, I kid you not, Apparently he's got private investigators, attorneys, and they're all coming after me. So how did this all start? Who even is GODZHAND? Because I know a lot of people watching this are gonna have like no clue. For those who don't know, I'm a huge fan of Saints Row, especially the first Saints Row. Saints Row 1, for those who don't know, had its own sort of PvP matchmaking section of the game with like all these different game modes. You know, you had like Protect the Pimp, Blinged Out Ride. I'm not gonna get too much into it because it's really not that important. If you know about it, then obviously it helps because then you have more context and it's a little bit easier to understand. The main things that you need to know is GODZHAND is a 37-year-old man who is mostly known for being a modder for the game Saints Row, and he's also kind of like a lol cow because the reality is he's a pretty terrible modder. He's extremely arrogant, very easy and prone to being agitated online, which has basically subjected him to becoming a lol cow, which is no one's fault but his own. I mean, this guy is so fucking arrogant. The ego, I mean, he refers to himself as a god, he calls himself Jesus Christ, and then he does all this like really fucking weird like evil shit. You know, he goes around on Facebook talking about how he wants to kill all women. I'm gonna use some reverence here because I know when we talk about lol cows and stuff, it's usually on the perspective that it's like funny. It's funny to make fun of these people, but you know, to make matters a little bit serious here, at the very end of January, GODZHAND actually threatened a mass murder in Houston. It wasn't like explicitly a mass shooting per se, so I don't think he owns a firearm, but like this was right after the Antioch high school shooting with the black white supremacist kid. You know, GODZHAND going on Twitter and threatening it like right after that happened. It was very easy to be like, okay, so this, you know, he saw it online and then he was like, oh, I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna go do a mass shooting. It's really hard to judge with GODZHAND whether he's LARPing or being for real with stuff like that, because I do think he is capable of doing something really bad to someone, and I genuinely do predict he is going to hurt someone or do something catastrophic within like the next 5 years max, right? This guy is like unironically a danger to society, and that's why I don't really feel bad about people online making fun of him, which is, it's really sad for me to say, because like not even 2 years ago, I feel like I was trying so hard to like stick my neck out for him and root for him because I kind of felt bad, but I mean, I don't know what to say, man. This guy is like completely pathetic. I went out of my way to make a tip to the FBI and Houston Police Department about this because this is something you really can't take lightly in this day and age. And I don't know what happened with that, but his Twitter account got like banned after like a day, and he went like radio silent for a while. And I don't really know what to think about it. I mean, I thought, hopefully the police got him. Hopefully the police prevented something happening. Turns out they didn't. So someone figured out that GODZHAND has been in the Rockstar Games Discord server, and he's been like, let me pull this up real quick. So I don't know if I'm gonna find these logs just because GODZHAND's been getting banned quite a lot from this server. So we'll search GODZHAND and we will go to oldest. Here we go. Yes, I mean, these are accounts of GODZHAND here. Okay, so I just found the account, well, one of the accounts. You guys gotta keep in mind, GODZHAND openly admits to buying bulk Discord tokens, so he basically has an infinite supply of Discord accounts. accounts. He's pushing 40, by the way, just so everyone knows. He's almost 40 years old. This is one of his alt accounts called Brain Dead Mike, which is making fun of the late Mike Watson, also known as Idol Ninja. If we look at this profile picture here, he's you know, I don't even want to say it. This is like disgusting. For those who don't know, Mike Watson was, I think he was the community manager for Volition, who was extremely beloved. He made one of the most well-known mod compilations for Saints Row 2, Gentleman on the Road. So to see him make fun, like this should already be telling you. You should already know what's up. This guy is making fun of people who have died from cancer, who were like beloved in the community. And I mean, we can just scroll through some of these chat logs. I'm not going to pick any out in particular. I mean, you can already make out this guy is like completely schizophrenic, right? So for example, he's saying GTA 6 will be delayed. However, don't be disappointed. It doesn't work till title update 1. So this is really hard to explain to anyone that doesn't play Saints Row, but he's basically using like the most extremely niche facts about Saints Row 1, and he's like making it out that these are going to be features in GTA 6. Let's have a little closer look. Like, for example, look at this. Every message is a self-proclaimed rumor that he's just made up about GTA 6, and he's talking about like being like an illegal immigrant. I mean, just keep looking at this. Every message he's talking about like some weird prediction in GTA 6. There's an Easter egg in GTA 6 where if you throw a smoke grenade into a neighbor's house window, Nico's cousin Roman is taking a dump and will suddenly appear, and if he catches you watching long enough, shots will fire out the window. In GTA 6, the final boss battle is a toe-to-toe against ChatGPT itself, and it's the paid version, not the free one. Alright, so how does this get to a lawsuit? Well, I don't really know. Obviously, there's been like a back and forth between him and, you know, certain members of the Saints Row community. I think he started threatening them with lawsuits. I don't know how serious they are. You know, for someone like me, I just don't care. This has nothing to do with me. I haven't personally played Saints Row 1 in a while, right? I don't even have an Xbox anymore. I can't. So I've really kind of been keeping my distance. I don't mind prodding God's hand. At this point, it's really just going around in circles. So I kind of thought I was in the clear, and that was up until he made this Facebook post, which I'm going to get up online right here. Now, this is a Facebook post in where he basically documents who he believes is everyone that has personally harassed him, who are at the leaders of this trolling campaign, and I am the first person listed, so let's have a little quick read. The following Discord usernames online daily harass and stalk my family, my ex, and my future wife online. Cole Bennett! Cole Bennett, aka Jiff, owner of Saints Row 1 MP Discord, which, by the way, so if we take a look at my YouTube studio, around, you know, when I uploaded the video about GODZHAND nuking SR1 MP, this was around the summer of 2022. So it's going to be coming up 3 years since this whole thing happened. 3 years since he nuked the Discord server that we all congregated on to play multiplayer, which he also does link. He says, here is a link to a video explaining why Jiff hates me so much, because I cleansed his Discord server of racist, evil young adults, including himself. I am not racist. I don't really know. I don't know what else to say. I'm not. I literally don't know what to say. I'm not racist. I am not going to deny that there has been an abhorrent amount of racism inflicted towards Ravi, but it's more so just like lowbrow humor. You got to think, the Saints Row community, some of these Discord servers have thousands and thousands of members, and he's being actively antagonistic towards all of them. So sooner or later, people are going to come up with lowbrow jokes about, you know, your ethnicity, the way you look. It happens to me all the time. I mean, you know what I mean? I get plenty of shit for it. He then goes on to say that Jiff is British, but he swears he's been to Houston and had lunch at the Whataburger near my house. Jiff says he visits Austin, Texas, often jokes with Jansen daily about flying his drone over my house windows to spy and possibly murder me. I've never done this. I've never done this. I've never, the drone thing is new to me. The drone thing is really new to me, and I find it fucking hilarious. But I'll play devil's advocate though. If I've ever said anything about a drone, Ravi, feel free to screenshot that to me. Big word here, the big word here is jokes. So, I mean, that's the thing. If Gravit's able to identify the fact that it's a joke and not a threat, I really don't see how there's like grounds for harassment here on my end. I'm not going to deny that there's bad actors in the Saints Row community, but I don't see where I fit in this, especially when I stuck my neck out for you, GODZHAND, for years, like for actually years, when everyone hated you, and me and my small little Discord community, we were the only people who fucking tolerated you, and now I guess I'm paying the repercussions for that. He then goes on to sort of shit talk Uzis, who really hasn't done anything. I mean, Uzis kind of stays out the way. Am I gonna say... I'm not gonna sit here and deny that, like, Uzis is, like, funny at detracting GODZHAND. Some of his jokes aren't just kind of weak. But he's Australian. You gotta get Australian people, their humor is kind of, you know, behind a couple years. And then he goes on to make a really big post about Jansen, who, I mean, this post is pretty long, and to be honest with you, some of these people I actually have no idea who are. Like, I have no idea who, you know, Chilla is and all this crap. I mean, GODZHAND shit-talking me unprovoked. Am I surprised? Not really, because I kind of do the same to him, but it's never really, like, I've never been this aggressive. So I wasn't really aware. I don't personally use Facebook because I'm not, you know, 37. So I wasn't even aware of this post until he personally pinged me in a Saints Row Discord. This one's called RPG Nation, so if you don't know, there's a YouTuber who makes Saints Row videos. His name's RPG Gameplays. He has his own Discord server, and I guess it's pretty like, they just don't really care too much about the rules, so for some reason they let GODZHAND in there, even though he posts like some of the most deplorable pictures of gore ever. So it starts here. So he pings me yesterday 5:30 p.m. and it's a picture. So it seems like he's been scraping messages in the RPG Discord server from, so this is after December the 1st, 2024. I don't use this fucking server. I don't know what you're gonna find in there. He says, "You're going down, bitch. You're going down harder than you've ever thought. It's gonna be a doozy, bitch, when you have 3 different people suing you for heavy harassment. Jiff, stay away from my family. Stop talking about my daughter, you clown. Never have. Stop messaging my girlfriend. Stop cloning my ex. Stop talking about my child, you psycho fuck. You're going down. My girlfriend is suing me. I'm suing you. My family is suing." Like, I don't even know what to say. Like, this is out of nowhere. This is completely out of nowhere. And he's pinging me multiple times too, which is wild. And so I just say, like, we can go lawyer for lawyer. We can do whatever you want. I really have nothing to hide here. You are fucked. We're going lawyer for lawyer. Stupid fuck, you begged for this. I asked, hey, are you gonna extradite me to the US? I mean, the way I see it, legal, all this bullshit, like, it's fucking tiring and it's exhausting. But the light at the end of the tunnel is, if I get extradited to the US, there is a chance that, hey, I might be able to have another Whataburger meal. I sincerely miss those patty melt meals with the big cups with the Fanta strawberry. My girlfriend is suing you for harassment. You already been to Texas, bitch. You sent a drone over my living room. And I just start laughing because I have no recollection of ever flying a drone over his house. I'm under the impression that someone probably flew a drone over his house, and he's obviously so schizophrenic that he's trying to put the blame on me and saying that I'm doing it. And okay, this is the part where, like, it really just undoes. I mean, I can imagine, for the viewers at home who don't have a lot of context, you're probably thinking, Jiff, you're hiding something, right? I'm doing something bad, but I'm pretending that I'm not. Okay, well, GODZHAND immediately undoes everything he's saying by saying this. I'm gonna quote, "When are you going to learn that I'm never going away? This is my community, my game, not yours, bud." So, I mean, it just does it there, right? He's calling me, he's saying that I'm the person harassing him. Heavy harassment. Except that he's the one saying that, when are you going to learn that I'm never going away? Okay. Now, you know, outside of this video, we got years worth of chat logs to really kind of show that GODZHAND is a complete hypocrite. He also says, "I am God to you, son." Do continue, Jiff. Let's see if you have the balls to call me a homosexual in a courtroom. And it's like, well, now I kind of want to go to a courtroom because I would love to do that. I would love to do that. I mean, this whole thing, it keeps going and going, but it leads nowhere. Like, I wish I could say, like, this story ended on, like, a really funny note, but it really didn't. Like, I woke up this morning, I checked Discord, GODZHAND's still at it in the Rockstar server, but he does seem extremely persistent in saying that, you know, he is paying for a private investigator, he's paying for an attorney. Apparently he's gonna get what he believes to be redemption. So what's my predictions? What do I think is gonna happen? Well, if anyone remembers the lawsuit in 2017 with the Dick Show, like Maddox and Dick Masterson, these are like 2 podcast hosts who ended up going to court together because of online trolling, and it just went nowhere. The case got dismissed. Like, this is just it's going nowhere. I don't know what to tell you guys. I don't know, GODZHAND, if you're watching this, it's really hard for me to gauge whether you're actually taking it seriously or if it's just like some sort of like scare thing that you're trying to do. But this isn't gonna go anywhere. There's no way that anything is gonna come from this because I'm not doing anything. I haven't spoken to you in ages. I don't make an effort to talk to you. If you ping me, if you ping me in a public server, I'm obviously gonna respond to you, and I'll probably make fun of you because that's my right. And it's like, you know, I'm not even gonna deny that there's bad actors in the Saints Row community, and I'm not even gonna deny that there's probably been some bad things that's happened to GODZHAND by online trolls in the Saints Row community. I'm not denying it, right? Point the fingers at the right people. When you post your public address in a Discord server with 1,000 people, it could be any one of them doing anything malicious with it. Genuinely have nothing to hide. This guy's threatening, you know, the use of a private investigator. GODZHAND, you're a public investigator, attorney, whoever it is, feel free to reach out to me. I'll put my email on the screen right now. And we can mediate the situation. If you are actually taking it seriously, this is a serious thing. Let's do it. Let's take it seriously. But you won't. But I think honestly it's the same thing. I mean, the fact that GODZHAND was willing to threaten a mass murder event in Houston and then ended up like not doing it, and then he's like threatening a lawsuit, and it's just like, okay, but could you imagine me and GODZHAND going to court? Like, I don't know, I don't understand how GODZHAND is supposed to, like, explain himself. Like, I feel like once you threaten, like, a mass murder event, there's really no going back, and there's no way you can redeem yourself, or you can't put it down to online harassment. The guy from England isn't telling you to go into Houston and kill a bunch of people. I think, I'll be honest with you, if this is a real thing, I'll say this to GODZHAND's attorney. Are you taking advantage of a mentally ill man for easy money? Because that's what it sounds like. Because everyone in this situation seems to know that this is not going anywhere. Anyone with a brain would know that nothing is going to come from this. But anyway, that's all I have to say. Want to try and get videos coming up more and more and more. If I can streamline some sort of schedule to get, you know, videos up at least once a week, that would be perfect. You know, I do want weekly WRECKS to be like a thing because, you know, even if it's not like the most creatively interesting show, at least it's something that I'm doing every week to get content on the site, you know. And I know this site has a lot of potential. I mean, let's be real, guys. YouTube sucks. Everyone is sick of doom scrolling and being fed like AI-generated content. You won't find that here. You will not find that on Let's Get Violent. Support the show. Feel free to buy merch. Make an account. Trying to think what else to say. I don't know. Take it easy.